Hey everyone, it's Jill and I am excited to share this amazing recipe. It's our Pinata surprise cupcakes. It makes a delicious vanilla fluffy cupcake, but also we're gonna put a surprise in there. You can use mini M&Ms, you can use sprinkles, you could do Skittles, there's all kinds of things you can do, but you have this little cupcake core that you're going to push into the cupcake to make that little hole so you can put the little surprise in there. Don't forget you have your big, large piping tip in here with your piping bags that's going to help you pipe out some of your buttercream on the top. And then you have these beautiful Fiesta cupcake liners to make it just so festive and so fun. Are you ready to get started? To start, what we're going to do is put all of our dry ingredients in one bowl and mix together. It's nice to use a whisk if you have one because it mixes all of the dry ingredients really, really well. I have 1 3/4 cups of flour. Now you can use cake flour, which is a softer, lighter flour, make a fluffier cupcake, but if you just have all-purpose flour, that's fine too. So here is 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and here is 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And see how it's all dumped in there? We want to mix that really, really well. Why is that? Because when we get to those wet ingredients, if we don't have this mixed well, it's going to clump in areas and you're going to bite into the cupcake and you're going to taste baking soda, and we don't want that. Doesn't taste good. But you need the baking soda, you need the baking powder. That's what makes it rise in the oven. All right, now that this is all mixed together, we can set this aside and now cream together all of our wet ingredients. In a separate bowl, we're going to add in our room temperature butter. Go ahead and dump that in there. Always have a towel next to you to get your hands dry. Now using a mixer, we're going to beat our butter till it's a little creamier and it will change in color to a little whiter. That tells us it's getting a lot of good air into the butter, which we want. You can see that the butter is a little bit airier, which we want. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of sugar and we're going to beat that again. Take a spatula or a spoon and get the sides all cleaned up. Get it all together. Now we're going to add our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're adding a lot of vanilla to give it a nice flavor. 1 and 2. It's okay if some drips in there. It's giving a little bit more vanilla. And then once again, we're going to beat that. All right, scrape down the sides. And now we're going to separate our eggs because we're only using egg whites. So to separate eggs, you can see right here that I've separated the egg white from the egg yolk. We're using the egg whites because we want our batter to look really, really white. So what you do is you just take an egg and using an egg separator, you can actually jiggle it out. And that makes it easier. If you do not have an egg separator, we had them in previous boxes, you can actually crack the egg, get your parents' help, and you basically just toss the yolk back and forth in the shell, like that. And then there you have your egg whites too. All right, now that you have your egg whites, we're just gonna add it to our cream mixture and go ahead and beat that again. All right, ready for the next step. Now it's time to put it all together. So what we're gonna do is take just a little bit of flour and then we're going to mix. We're gonna add a little bit more flour. We're just gonna do this a few times till all the flour is mixed in. So now you have a pretty thick dough. So we're going to give it some more liquid by using 1/2 cup of milk. Go ahead and beat that together. Before I add the sour cream, you should turn your oven on now because you want it preheated. So this is a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and sour cream just makes baked goods so much creamier and moist when it bakes. Now, if you don't have sour cream, but you have some yogurt around, you can use yogurt. You can actually even use flavored yogurt, but plain vanilla yogurt or plain yogurt is the best. And go ahead and mix that. And now we have a nice batter that's going to be perfect to go into our cupcake liners. I do like to go to the bottom of the bowl and just bring anything up that I did not get with the beaters. All right, scrape your bowls down and we're ready to load up our cupcake liners. So using your cupcake liners that you got in your baking kit, we're going to fill our cupcakes about 3/4 of the way high. Just like that. And I like to use an ice cream scooper, makes it a little bit easier. If you don't have an ice cream scooper, just use a spoon. They're going to go into the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. They should be puffed up. If they're not, leave it in for another 2 to 3 more minutes till the cupcakes are completely puffed up, and you can actually press your finger and it bounces back. Once your cupcakes are cool to the touch, what you're going to do is to take your cupcake core, and what you do is you take the cupcake core and you kind of press in like this, all the way to the, and then you press this button, and what that does is it smushes down so that you have a nice hole here. And then you're going to take your Piñata candy. We're using mini M&Ms. You could use Skittles, you could use sprinkles, and add that in so it's a nice surprise. Once you have all of your cupcakes filled with the Piñata candy, then we're going to decorate the tops. Now that all of your Piñata cupcakes are filled with the Piñata candy, take your piping bag that you got in your baking kit, open it up. The easiest way is to put it into a glass and fold it over. Take the tip that you got and go ahead and pop it in there. Make sure it's all the way in there. Now we're going to take our vanilla frosting. You could also use chocolate and put some in there. Bring your rubber band up. Go ahead and tie it off. And what you're going to do is you're just going to press down and do a twist. Press down, twist, press down, twist, press down, twist, and just do that for all the cupcakes. So to flatten the tops here, you just take a little bit of water and just press down like that. Just a little bit of water. And then we're going to take the rest of our little sprinkles and just sprinkle on the tops.